Hello, and welcome in for some more strange horticulture. I hope that you are doing well and everything's going okay. So I actually am having some audio issues with my mic on this one. So the original audio from me isn't here, but yeah, this will be fun. But essentially, I had waited to take the card until now so that I could go ahead and do the recording. In time, she learned that the sisterhood had secrets, or had she always known that? Had she come to them by chance, or had she sought them out deliberately? She wasn't sure, but by now she knew that what she wanted, and she would do anything to get it. Yeah. So the audio on this one will be a little different than my usual videos. 902 and 803. Especially for when I'm trying to figure stuff like this out, because I don't remember what I was saying during this. The impressive ridge line of the Crinkle Crags stretches across the full width of my vision. Days like today are worth being alive, for a colorful plant stands out amongst the moss. New plant acquired. Evie has come to help. She said she'll do all the lines. George Campbell. My old man reckons there's a plant, what can find pots of gold buried underground. Don't know what it's called, but I bet you do. Tell you what, when I'm rich, I'll throw a share of gold your way. Weeping Bell. A plant that is believed by many to lead to gold. You'll have about as much luck searching for the end of a rainbow. The soft, frilled leaves can soothe insect bites and stings. It is also known as golden light and sometimes fool's hope. Yeah, we already identified golden light earlier. Weeping Bell. Can change that to yellow because now I know what it is. I have a task for you that would greatly aid the seeds of redemption. One is in town, and we know he's paid you a visit already, no doubt, feeding his habit. We suspect he's here to hunt the dendru. If he returns, give him some of this. Dude, I didn't mean to join your cult. I don't want to help you do cult things. But we got a new plant. I don't know what that plant does to the guy, but we have a new plant. Amos Duncan. Oh, it's you. I'm heading out on the road again, but before I leave, I wanted to store some valuables in a safe. I don't trust myself to remember the combination, and I certainly don't trust myself to write it down anywhere and not lose it. This is where you come in. Surely you've got something up your sleeve for me? Balok's elixir. Oh, the alchemy stuff. Made from the crushed petals of 3 distinctive plants, Balok's elixir is a potent aid to memory, allowing those who drink it to ensure that they retain important information that they will never forget. Care must be taken after drinking, however, to avoid the fate of Grey Gale, who slowly lost her mind after taking Bailox and staring at a blank wall for 12 hours. Let's see if that works. New elixir acquired. Nice. I got a new plant. Or page. Nice. Okay. On to the next one with Mary Holmes. I'm looking for something specific, a very unusual looking fungus that takes me back to my childhood when it's wonderful with its wonderful smoky smell. Right. That we've done this one. Yeah. It smells faintly of wood smoke. Here you go. Poor cat. Nice. My goodness, Hellebore, you haven't been getting enough food. That's terrible. Whatever will become of you? My mother's had me looking into this servant creature for you, but I'm afraid I've not been getting anywhere. It's strange. I'm sure I've seen some reference to it before, but I'm drawing a blank when I try to find anything. I think Lord Fremont's archives would be a good place to look. I was going to post this to you, but I was in town anyway, so I thought I'd drop it off in person. That and sneak in some hellebore hugs. Yes. Always gotta pet the kitty. I've not been getting anywhere looking through my collections in Ambleside for any mention of the servant, but Lord Fremont's archives at Muncaster are home to many ancient and esoteric scrolls covering a wide variety of subjects. It might be worth a visit. Simone. All right. Let's see. I am terrible at finding stuff on this map. There you go. I follow Fremont's manservant deep into the vaults of the castle. 2 hours later, I have still found no mention of the servant. On the verge of giving up, a name grabs my attention. The Woken Dendru. Didn't Verona say that was another name for the servant? The Woken Dendru is loyal to the summoner who becomes its master and can bend its terrible power to their will. The servant is assumed to be immortal since it has no known vulnerabilities, but that does not mean that it cannot be defeated. Many hundreds of years ago, a site of ritual importance was created near the Black Home to the south of the Watcher. The great oak and the Dendru was ousted from this world. Unfortunately, although we know that 5 plants were required for the ritual, the specific plants are not known. Right. Let's take a look at this then. All right. got the watering done. Let's see what we can figure out. The great oak. A huge tree stands before me, impossibly tall and wide, bigger than I could ever have imagined any living thing might be. Its upper branches graze the sky. Okay, maybe that wasn't where I needed to go. Maybe? Let's try this again. Watered the plants again. Probably will edit that out. A small stone shrine sits off to one side of the clearing. 5 grooves run out from the center of the stone, widening into recesses at the bottom. 5 slots for 5 plants. This is the right place, but I'm too early. I need Verona Green's help to perform the ritual. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I know that elf isn't matching up with me. I, I can't do anything about it. Norwood, please. I find it's the only thing that can help me from nodding off on the night shift. Norwood. A bite of the crunchy root of this plant has the effect of a cold bucket of water thrown over the face, an unpleasant sensation accompanied by sharp focus. It is claimed that Norwood releases spores that are invisible to the naked eye, showing up only under unnatural light. Oh, okay. I'm going to assume that means this thing. Yeah, look at that. That's just creepy looking. Ew. Okay, here's your spores, dude. Norwood. Daisy Dock. Right. And day. When her chance finally came, she did not hesitate, even for a moment. Afterwards, when the Arda was dead, she felt only elation. Years after she had first laid eyes on the book, she had what she needed. Day 12. The first letter of the Latin name of a plant known as golden light, the number of petals on a lucky Caballia flower. I'm also reading this from a very small pane on a preview thing. Let's see if we can find this. Right, so it looks like this has 6 flowers. Finding a 7-petal flower is considered to bring good fortune. Okay, so there we go. I amble through meadowland, stopping every so often to examine any wildflowers that catch my eye. Buttercups, daisy, cowslips, red clover, knapweed, cat's ear. Hidden away among them, something new for my collection. Hello, Miss Evie's. She is warm. She's been in the window. New plants acquired. That is a warm kitty. Put the map up. Get it out of our way. And scare the poor little cat. It came for us. We were attacked in the night by the servant. In all my time in the forest, I have never experienced anything like what happened last night. The forest came alive and drove the beast back. Arduina saved us. It's the only explanation that makes any sense. One thing is clear, we cannot do this alone, and we must not allow the servant to get its hands on what it's looking for. I'm trusting you with this, a secret that the sisterhood has kept for hundreds of years, a tool to defeat the woken Dendru. Keep it safe. Use it wisely. You'll know how to open it, of course. Oh yeah, definitely. So if I recall, there was a plant that mentioned something about locks, but God, I don't remember which one it was. According to legend, it can be used to open any lock, no matter how complex or secure. The heart-shaped leaves have earned this plant the nickname Lovelock. That one. Okay. Try that? Cool. Follow the tributary to its source. Okay. First is the corpse's friend, a reminder. Then comes the ankle grabber, the binder. Third is the fear bringer. Fourth to lift the curse. Last, a pedal to secure black blood's reverse. Something about that makes me think of the old book that I read when I was a kid, called Sabriel. Dealt with like Belle's named things, and the binder reminds me of that for some reason. Yeah. It's by Garth Nix, I think. Audiobook was narrated by Tim Curry, though. Stuff is in my way. There we go. Mr. Taking it all out. Let's see. To its source. I've never seen this plant before, and here it is, growing in abundance. New plant. Nice. It's a little bit creepy looking. Let's get some of the stuff off our desk here. Devil's Nightcap. This plant is known as corpse's friend. If ingested as a seed, it will cause a slow, agonizing death, and the plant will grow out of the body once deceased. It has a light, pleasant scent, not dissimilar to pine needles. Boiling the root in vinegar creates a tonic against fevers and poisons. That sounds absolutely horrible. But at least we know one of the plants that we need, I guess. We're getting a little bit closer. I don't know that we know enough about. I don't know if we know enough pages to get any more. Nothing's standing out yet. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we can figure anything else out. Let's go on for now. They're saying the sisterhood has been attacked. Don't know much more than that, but those seeds of redemptionists have got all excited about it. There's a bunch of them chanting outside Pulliver's right now. This is from our buddy, our traveling friend. No, Foxfield Trident. Foxfield Trident? So I cut out a little bit of me fumbling around trying to find fox fields. But yeah, fox field and tridents. These are a little weird to do this way, without the original. From Foxfield, the trident points me in the direction of some foothills northwest of Swinside, a stone circle. A faint path leads me over a ridge and into a dell. Here a plant thrives sheltered from the wind. Got a new plant. Yeah, it's very strange to do these this way because I obviously don't remember what I was saying the first time around. So, next. Oh, it's you. I am going to Blackcomb. I will kill this servant. My people have a saying, he who lives without fear does not live at all. I will not say that I am not afraid, but it will be no bad thing to die hunting such a noble adversary. I will take Embersoul. Oh, that's right. We had the option of giving him Embersoul, but the cult that I didn't mean to join told me to give him that other plant. And I don't know what that other plant does. Let's see. Embersoul is thought to have protective properties. So he wants to be protected. I don't think I want to give him the one that they said. Because they like want him dead or something. And I don't want to kill him. Widow's Woe. That may come back to bite me in the butt, but we'll see. Have a cult angry at me. Allow me to present my services. I own a small shop that specializes in curiosities. I would have thought that someone in your position ought to be interested in perusing our collection of manuscripts on elixirs, for example. Arnside Antiquities, Orchard Road. Arnside. Arnside. The dark exterior of Arnside Antiquities blends into its surroundings. A tailor called Jones and an ugly-looking haberdashery, to the extent that I walk past it 3 times before I find it. Inside, however, I am greeted by a world of intrigue and wonder. Old trinkets sit alongside faded books and manuscripts, while strange utensils and machines, their uses unfathomable, occupy rows of display cases. It is some time before I peel myself away, returning to Undermere, with 2 new recipes for elixirs that demand further study. Yay! We've got 2 new elixirs now. Elixir of the Damned sounds terrible. Is someone actually going to come and request that? Probably for someone else. Next. The dreams have changed. I understand now what I need to do. When your librarian friend visits tomorrow, give her this instead of that she asked for. She knows something that she's not telling you. Ooh. And more raven spider. Equipped with the Arda's knowledge, she journeyed west to the stone circle. Unknown to her, she was not alone as she made her preparations. Okay. What did it say? And more raven spider? And more raven Right there. And spider. There. Doesn't help that the whole map moves. Yeah, okay, let's try this again. Okay, so raven, got it. Spider, there. Okay. 25. A jackdaw croaks hidden somewhere nearby. Strange shapes of old stones pierce the pierce the long grass. Among them, some plants grow. Got 2 new plants and a meowing Eevees. Trying to rearrange all the plants. Oh, she's warm again. She went back and hung out in the window, and now she's back. She goes and she soaks up all the sun. Have you heard of this masked woman? Imagine having that amount of power. Nations would kneel before you. You would be a god. That creature, it's huge, unstoppable, and they say it obeys her every command. It would certainly come in helpful with my father-in-law tomorrow. I guess I'll just have to settle for some Daisy Dock to help get me through it instead. Well, yeah. Jeez. Let's not threaten our father-in-law with that. Daisy Dock. A simple potion that will grant courage can be brewed from the leaves. It is said that ancient warriors would take it before going into battle. Okay. So you you need that to deal with your father-in-law? Kind of looks like the right leaves. Here you go. Daisy Dock. Plant identified. Dead man's fingers. Oh, it's the mailman. This letter was delivered in an unusual way. There was no address provided, just the horticulturist, spelled wrong. I have to assume it was meant for you. If you know your plants, this letter is for you. Ah. Ho ho, so you got it working. Oh, yes, yes, it works. It works. Look to the north of Bowfell at the source of the river. Nobody knows it grows there. It will be our little secret. Ho ho. Okay. I don't know that I want to go out there. A weirdo might be out there waiting for me. The source of the river Esk. Sure enough, I find a plant here that I have never seen before. Neither has Yumi's. So she's gonna go to sleep. Next. My husband likes to forage for mushrooms, but I'm worried about the ones he brought back from his last venture. Don't just eat mushrooms that you find in the forest. He's just been on a trip across the lake, exploring the woods to the west of here. He's got a bag full of odd-looking mushrooms that he says are perfectly safe, but they don't look edible to me. I'd have brought one with me to help identify it, but he's hoarding them because he thinks I'm going to throw them out. Oh, God. That sounds so typical. I'll come back tomorrow. Mr. Dunn, mushrooms, woods west of Undermere, across the lake. West. He was kicking me. Mushrooms. How have I never been here before? They're hard to find at first, but soon I'm seeing them everywhere. Yeah, don't eat those. Right. Lord Fremont told me he was able to help you find some information on the servant. I've been looking all over the library, but all I've discovered is a mold problem. I hoped you might have some sweet breath that could help clear it up. That's right. She had said you were hiding stuff from me and to give you the other plant instead. Here. I feel kind of bad about that though. I didn't want to mention this, but Fremont gave me something else from his archives, a recipe for an elixir. It's the key to the link to the servant. In theory, it would be possible to wrest control of it from the woman in the jade mask. In theory. But the only records I was able to find are hundreds of years old. And even if it works, what then? The power that can be wielded through the woken Dendru is too great for any one person. We should stick to the sisterhood's ritual. You weren't going to tell me that? Sour Bandy. Oh, I startled the kitty. My cousin will be married in 3 days. If you've got some Trimblehuff, then it'd save me the trouble of going out to find some myself. If you knew my cousin, you'd know she's not worth the trouble. Oh, God. It's traditionally used as a decoration at weddings as it is thought to strengthen relationships. A cross section of the small cup-like flowers. They generally point downwards to avoid filling with water and to allow easy access for pollinating insects. The little cups, huh? We saw something like that. Try this one. Yay. If you know your plants. On that note, I'm actually going to go ahead and call it here. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. I really do appreciate it. And I apologize for the extra audio issues on this one with the mic not working. I know the commentary wasn't quite the usual because it was done after the fact. But I do appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. I think the next one will also have this problem because I did both of these at the same time. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. As always, if you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind dropping a like and subscribe, it always makes my day and really helps out the channel. Catch you next time. Bye.